On this episode, we have Tim Gard, who is a paramedic. I also used to serve with Tim in the army 20 years ago. He's a funny guy and he's an amazing guest. I also have Jeremy Dooley, the guy that comes on tour with me. You might recognize him from my hotel. So paramedics obviously hook up with each other.
Well, I think so. Like, I don't... My branch, everyone's loved up. Everyone's in a couple. Everyone's young. But I think back in the day too, there was a branch down by the coast that had all their plumbing fucked, and when they looked it up, it was little condoms all fucked stuck in the plumbing and that, because they were all just shagging each other. You'd also think you went to college, so surely you know not to flush condoms down the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, just put it in the bin like a grown up,
like anyone. Yeah, fling it into a playground like a normal person,
like a normal Richmond.
What the hell's a condom?
Nah, it's good to see they're responsible.
But then it's like, because I assume it's like your job is like so crazy. Like I've seen some injuries in my time and all the rest of it. But you're saying like so much, like you have to like be with someone who can just be like, I get it.
Yeah, I went to a guy recently. He must have been like 74. I went to him about 3 months ago, and it came through as decapitated fingers, and I was like, oh, this would be a good job. And so we get out there, and he's lost his pinky and thumb.
Yeah.
And I get there, and he's sitting. He's like, oh, it's over there. And I was like, what's over there? And I look over, and it's his pinky on the table. I was like, oh fuck, there it is. No worries, we'll bag that up. I gave him some morphine. I patch him up, and my mate runs off to look for the thumb that's still stuck in the circular saw.
Oh.
And he comes back. He goes, it's mangled.
No point.
Nah, we're not coming.
That's a write-off.
That's not coming with us.
Yeah, right.
And so we get him up on the stretcher, and I go to lift his legs up on the bed, and his wife's there, and she's making a couple of jokes as I'm walking him out. And I put him on the bed stretcher, and I lift his legs up, and I said, let me give you a hand there, you've already lost one. And his wife is just like, loved it. And after that, I knew I had free reign.
Yeah.
I'm getting him on the way to hospital. I've given him morphine. I'm giving him the green whistle. I've given him ketamine up the nose, and I've like tied his arm too, because I like wanted to elevate his arm, but he started getting tired because of all the drugs. I want to elevate his arm so the blood doesn't keep running out. So I've now tied him to the ambulance. So it looks like he's a prisoner. And I said to him, I said, oh, you've shucked your last shucker, mate. He's like 74. He can't shuck her anymore.
As if he ever was.
Yeah. He's like
I fucking invented the shucker. Who's going to do it now?
Yeah, the poor bastard. I actually got a commendation for that job, though.
For the jokes?
Yeah, mostly for the jokes.
Yeah.
Which is how I get through most of the jobs.
Yeah.
Most of the jobs are mundane and you know, the stuff you get called for. Sometimes I got called to a job once for a guy who couldn't sleep, like on a couple of occasions.
He couldn't sleep, so he called 000.
Yeah. So I said, well, what do you want me to do about that? So you want me to sing you a lullaby? Get you a warm bottle of milk? And his mum was standing there, and his mum's like...
Second commendation?
Yeah. I got called once because a guy couldn't breathe, and I get there, and it's he's got a blocked nose. Mm. And I get there, and I said, so what's the problem? He goes, well, can't breathe. I said, so you look like it, you know, you're standing there, we're talking, you look okay. And he goes... And I was like, what are you doing?
See?
I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, and I said, are you saying your nose is blocked?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And I said, and that's why you called 000? He goes, yeah. And I was like, oh, I really can't help you, mate. I said, boil the kettle and keep your face away from it, but let the steam run up your nose. I don't know what to tell you. Go to the chemist.
What's the fine line between like, because obviously you want to be like, mate, you're wasting fucking crucial resources. Everything I ever hear from Ambos is like, we don't have enough this, we don't have enough that, we don't have enough beds, we're overworked, we're fucking burnt out.
Yeah.
People like that are not helping.
I actually don't hold back. I get a lot of my colleagues will be like, oh, bloody, can't believe you just said that. But I'll tell them. I like it. That was a big waste of my time. No, thanks.
I hate to break this to you.
Yeah, but like...
I'm diagnosing you with fucking big waste of time.
Get some eucalyptus.
Yeah.
Is there like a board or something and it comes up like on the screen of like, oh, this is what we're going to go to.
Yeah.
This is what like gets you excited?
It sounds fucked. Good trauma. I like a good trauma.
What do you mean like a good trauma? First of all, what's a bad trauma?
Bad traumas are like when there's nothing to do. Like I went to a car rollover the other day and I knew there was going to be nothing to do because cars are made to like keep you pretty safe now.
Yeah.
It has to be a pretty good smash. So I know I'm going to go out there and there's going to be 3 or 4 patients. They're all going to be out. They're all going to be walking around.
Yeah. Just a sore neck here and there.
Yeah. But don't say sore neck. If you say sore neck, I got to take you. I got to lay you down. I got to spinally immobilize you. I got to like cannulate you. I got to take you. And then I just get ramped in the corridor for like 3 hours.
Right.
Because there's probably nothing wrong. But if you say sore neck, I got to take you.
I'll keep that in mind when I've just had a car accident roll over. I'm like, I'm so actually just a bit ouchy.
I'll leave that.
So then good trauma.
Good trauma's like the Shaka guy. That's a good trauma. Like he's actually...
You want a laceration?
Yeah, like he's proper lost his fingers. We say that's a good job. It's a good job because I went to a bloke a couple 3 days ago, and the whole way there, he's like 38, and it's like he's fallen over and he's got an injury to his lower leg. And the whole way there, and we had a green student, like someone who's at university learning.
Intern on the job, work experience.
And I was like, you should really, before you get to a job, you should be talking worst case scenario prep. I said, but chances are this guy's a big fucking baby. He's probably just a big fucking idiot. He's probably got a scratch on his knee and there's going to be nothing wrong. Turns out I reckon he dislocated his ankle and broke his ankle at the same time. And he was so lovely. And then I turned it on the student and I said, you got a real poor attitude the whole way there. You're just ragging on this poor guy. Like, nah, he's probably a baby. That was a good unexpected trauma. Not like massive, not sexy, but like it's a good... Go in, give him a heap of pain relief and make him feel better. That anything that you can do where you make someone feel better is good. But when you start to get burnt out, every job is shit. And so you think, fuck these people. What you got to remember is that when people call 000, it's their emergency. And so you got to treat them with kid gloves and that's fucking hard to do.
Yeah. What sort of people is the paramedics attracting? So you've got this green guy in the car, right? So how many of them, because I hear this in cops all the time, whereas cops see the new bunch of cops come through and they're like, fucking the people coming through these days, they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Is that the same in paramedics?
I've had a couple. That girl, she was really good. Most of the day I just ripped on her and she was a real good sport about it. She laughed about it. She could take a joke. It's the ones where you see that aren't able to take a joke. And people say like, it's a bloke culture. Same with the army, which I disagree with because I think, I'm a guy that listens to bloody Mandy Moore and watches Disney, and I wouldn't say I'm a bloke's bloke. Oh yeah, man, big Mandy Moore.
I wouldn't say I'm a bloke's bloke. I'm actually quite a bitch.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Actually watched the live action the other day.
Oh.
Didn't care for it. Just controversial.
Because she's black. Black people can't swim. There's a dad.
I will not confirm or deny. Lots of reasons, but it's not about being a bloke's environment. You just have to have a certain bit of grit about you. You have to, and girls can have it, and guys can have it, and there are guys that can't have it, and there are girls that can't have it. Like it's not about being, it's not about a bloke's culture. It's about having that bit of like, when something fucked up comes along, then you have to be like, geez, that was pretty fucked.
Yeah,
and then laugh about it and move on.
The people these days, like kids going through school, are not learning that grit as much as they used
to. No, absolutely.
Which then flows onto the workplace.
Yeah. Well, at uni, I couldn't tell you how much time we wasted on. And look, this, not to say that I disagree, but there was a full subject on homosexuality and gender identity, and I was like, okay, these people are, I guess, at there is a disparity in health in these people, and that should be addressed. But like to continue, and so I feel like they lose a lot of the clinical relevance of what they could be learning at university because they spend too much time on that, and then they get out on road and go, Jesus, night shifts are really hard because they don't do night shifts. They don't let them do night shifts. They have to go home by midnight because it's like a insurance thing, because if they crash at night time because they're tired, but then they do night shifts and they're like, fuck, this is really hard. So
you're like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah, this is the job. I like getting ramped for 3-4 hours.
What's that? Can you explain getting ramped? Because I hear that in the news all the time. It's always about ramp this, ramp that.
Yeah.
Like how would you explain that to someone that's got no idea?
Ramping is, so say I go to a nursing home and the patient is unwell enough that they can't remain at the nursing home, I've got to take them to hospital, but they're not that unwell that they need the hospital, but there's no middle ground for them, then you just stay in hospital and you just wait on the stretcher with them. So it's just waiting in the corridor with that patient. So we don't go there, drop them off and go. Sometimes you either go there, put them in the waiting room and go. You go there, you get a bed straight away or a resus bed straight away, which is unusual, that's rare, or you ramp. So you go, you triage, you clerk, and you wait. You wait. I think the longest I ever waited was 10 hours of my shift.
You're not allowed to leave?
No. I just stood there up against the wall.
What happens if that happens 2 hours before your shift's supposed to finish?
You'll try and, they call it A-potting, which I don't really know what it stands for. But like, say I'm a day shift that finishes at 5 p.m.
I need to just focus on good trauma. Waste my time with no acronym.
No, acronyms. I know too many.
They're all bad.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Salute him. I still remember it.
You said salute him?
Yeah.
That's fucked. What does it stand for?
Size, activity, location, uniforms, tactics.
You're such a nerd, right? You're the fucking greenest.
I didn't get all that.
What is even happening?
This is like live army orchestra. Like he's just pulled something. That's in the filing cabinet.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
you just said it. I went, I haven't thought about that in years. He's like, I still remember salute him,
Yeah.
which is the acronym to remember.
Like observing like an enemy platoon.
That's
essentially.
it. Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah. A coca.
This isn't a game show.
What's that?
I'll 200 for a coca.
This isn't the game. This isn't the show we're making.
What's a cocoa?
Like cereal. Coca Pops.
So I'm imagining the problem with ramping is the fact that whilst you're doing that for anywhere between 1 to 10 hours,
I'm out. That's it. I'm not on the road.
yeah, you ineffective.
Yeah,
Combat ineffective.
Yeah, if you
There
will.
you go.
If you will.
But
Yeah,
you're also eating into your downtime.
Yeah, you'll miss your meals and things like that. But if
Also, you're like, hey, babe, I'm going to be home in an hour and a half.
you won't be in that, yeah. Well, you can. Yeah, you'll be late. But if I'm a day shift and you're an afternoon shift and you've got a patient, I've got a patient, and I want to go home or I need to go home, my shift is finished. I can, within reason, give you my patient as well. So at times I'll be looking after like 3 patients, which is what nurses do day in, day out. They're like 1 to 4, but we're 2 to 1. Like I'm supposed to be 2 paramedics to 1 patient.
This isn't a knock on the nurses because they do incredible
No,
stuff.
that's
but
what I'm saying.
That's kind of not your job. As in, like, you're better spent.
On the road, which
Correct.
is my job, yeah. And I didn't sign up. That's one of the big reasons I didn't want to be a nurse, was that I didn't want to have that kind of work. We are sprinters. If the job is heavy and it's big, it's just me and my partner with limited equipment, limited resources, and you'll probably get Micah come along, which is our intensive care responders, and you're just kind of winging it. But day in, day out, nurses are just, they're non-stop. They're marathon runners. They're incredible.
But they're also like, that's the level of care from a human perspective that is just so important. Like nurses that like look after people who are dying,
Yeah.
for example, are fucking godsends.
Yeah.
I don't have the temperament for that. Neither do you. I was going to call a spade a spade. Like,
I was going to disagree.
you're a sledgehammer.
If they're dying, I'm loving it. I'm like very attentive. I'll be like,
As in on a job?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I walk past you in the street and you're dying, I'm fucking.
If you're not on top, I'm not getting paid. Fuck you.
No chance. I actually did. The Good Sam. You ever heard of Good Sam?
No, what is it?
No, because you're a piece of shit.
Okay.
Good Sam stands for Good Samaritan, and it's like an app you can get on your phone where so a cardiac arrest will go off like 100 meters from here, and my phone will go off. I won't be on job, and I'll go and respond to that job to go start CPR or something.
Oh, shit.
And I did one.
Instagram for good people with morals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
That's not me.
With a smile.
So you've done this.
Yeah, I rocked up to a job, and a couple of my colleagues rocked up that I was good friends with, and I was like, they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm in my trackie. I went to bed. I was in bed. It was like 11:30 at night. I raced out of bed, and I didn't have time to put jocks on, so I've just put trackies on. I've
Great
just put a
trackies.
shirt on.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's a man of class.
And I raced down. She's only a couple hundred meters away. We can't get in the house. We finally get in the house. We're working on her for like 40 minutes. She finally just wakes. When I walked in, she was blue, like D-grade film. This person's dead. They would like just put blue blush all over. I was like, I fucking walked in. I said to my partner, "Oh, she's dead." I said, "She's dead." And then I felt for a pulse. I was like, "Ooh,
actually.
She's got a little pulse. And so we worked on her for like 40 minutes. We were about to like properly sedate her, take over her breathing and all that for her. And then she just kind of woke up. And we pulled a tube out of her throat, and she goes, how'd you guys get in here? My mate, I said, Jacob had to jimmy one of your windows. He might have broke the window a bit. And she goes, ugh. Bitch, we just saved your life.
Fucking broke my window.
And fair too. And the girl before was trying to get in, and she was bashing the door with the wheelchair. And she's like, I didn't know what to do, which is beautiful.
How much break and entry are you doing?
Not a lot. It's pretty rare. I remember I got to do it as a green student, and they were like, "Oh." Well,
coming from the army, you would have been like, "Step aside,
yeah.
Where's the C4?"
Yeah, I once watched this fiery try to break into a house, and he must have been real new. So he's got like their bloody ramming thing into a window, and he hits it and just tink, and his bloody senior officer was like, "Hit it," and he's like, "Tink." He goes, "Hit the fucking thing," and he's like, tink. He's like, give it here. I was like watching him like, come on, man. This is your moment.
Get out of here. You're choking here, brother. You're fucking choking.
It was this big metal thing. He couldn't break this little window. It's hilarious.
Oh, shit.
So I chat to I got a lot of friends who work in emergency departments at hospitals, and all I want to hear about is like what's been up people's bums. How often are you the initial bum finder?
When we do comedy, there's always nurses that come out.
Yeah.
And we always need like a
What have you
theme song
seen?
for it. We're going to play, what have you found in a bum? And everyone's always got like the gnarliest shit.
Yeah,
What have you found in a bum?
I've never found anything in a bum.
Boom.
Except for myself. I might have to edit
I
that.
think the term is
Found myself.
homeless.
You say you're going to have to edit that out?
I might have to, yeah.
Nah, that's how you do for sure.
Sorry, Mum and Dad. For us, because they want less people to know. And so they don't want, like, the less people that know about it, the better.
They slink into ED.
Yeah, just slowly shuffle. Yeah.
With enough time to figure out a really, really convincing excuse.
Yeah.
Like, I slipped and fell.
In the shower. It's always a shower.
Yeah, it's
On that Rexona tin.
Mate, those Rexona tins will get you.
Oh,
Get you
yeah.
hard.
Sideways.
I get a few penis jobs. I've had a few penis jobs recently. A bloke broke the inside of his penis. So not the banjo, but inside his penis. He said he went up to Sydney and he met this girl on Tinder, and he like gave me a full play-by-play. He's like doing the
You're like,
with
I don't
his
need the
hands, and I was like,
backstory.
I was like, I can see your penis bleeding. I don't need the whole story. And he'd like cut inside the tube of his penis. That was all in Sydney, and then he flew back to Melbourne. He said he woke, so they fixed him up there, and he woke up and he had morning wood, and then it just started bleeding everywhere. And
How good
so-
a man that your inside of your penis is bleeding. You'll still get a boner. In the morning.
We're on here, boys.
Your cock's like, things are looking up.
We're back.
things are looking down. So I
How did he
get
do
there.
it?
He said that they were both about to climax. And so they're both,
Romantic.
he's going hard is what he said. Yeah, he was like, I've got her on the edge of this. He's giving me like the full play. He said he pulled out too far, and then he's gone to go in, and he's pushed
like
it.
a
Jackhammer.
ram through
Yeah.
a medieval gate.
Yeah. Harder than the firefighter was doing. And he's just like bang into the inner thigh, and that's like bent it and then snapped it on
done
the
that.
inside. Yeah, so have I, but like
it's easy.
I made it tougher stuff. And so he gets there and he's holding
English willow.
I made of tougher stuff. Slight brag.
weird flex. But he's like holding onto her, and there's blood everywhere. He goes, should I let it go? I said, I wouldn't. I said, usually I tell you to get your hands off it.
Yeah.
That was usually my dad's advice as well, but I'd say
You
hold
still
onto
do
it.
cracking the jokes.
Yeah. That's all I do.
Third
is crack
commendation.
jokes. Yeah. I said to my boss recently, I had my first complaint ever in 7 years, 6.5 years. And I said to him, well, I'm a clinician first, a comedian second, and a professional third. And that's what you got. I'm so sorry.
If you're enjoying this conversation and want to hear more, the easiest thing you can do to support this is to hit that little subscribe button.
What was the complaint for?
I swore on a job.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, that's it. The husband, I said, fuck. Sorry, Mum. The patient was yelling out like, a lot of profanities. And I was like, what the fuck? Why are we fucking yelling? What's going on? What the fuck? And that she complained about that, and she complained that I called her mate. Said that it was unprofessional standards or something.
Really?
Like that.
Should have called her champ.
Yeah, I should have champed her.
Shut the fuck up, champ. And what injuries she got at this time?
She didn't have any. It was her husband.
Oh, she's not even in the game.
No, not really. And she was clicking at my partner.
Yeah.
And my partner said, she's very lovely. She's still kind of new. And she's like, please don't click at me.
Yeah.
She goes, I wasn't clicking at you. Sort of, you better not be clicking at me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess.
I'll fucking defibrillate you.
Yeah. Pads on. Let's
Yeah.
go. Clear.
You know you're in the army with me.
Yeah.
Obviously that was quite loose. I'm not going to bring up anything
No,
illegal.
because I thought of a few stories and I was like, oh, I can't say that.
I think the SAS boys have taken a lot of heat off us, to be fair.
Certainly in recent times.
Certainly. Shout out to them.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Of course.
Heavy weapons.
Yeah.
Because we used to share the same building of sorts, so we would.
So how do you guys know each other?
We would have joined very similar times. I think I was probably 6 months behind you, maybe.
Yeah, I joined at the end of 06.
Yeah.
December of 06.
I joined in June, so.
Of 06?
Yep.
Oh, so I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Lid. Me. I'm the lid.
You're lid. Yeah, I was going to say, fucking what? Did you see my...
Because I went like lid at you. I see where the confusion was.
Yeah.
Lid.
Yeah, yeah. And then we
We're gonna
went through
lower
our,
chair.
went through our rifle. Do you have a lower chair? We went through our rifle company times, similar times, and then when we went to
yeah.
support companies,
Yeah.
a support company sounds like loserish. You like support.
It does.
But it's where all the heavier weapons go to support the thing. So
To support all the losers on the ground.
losers walking around. So I'm in mortar platoon, just like cooking barbecues, dropping bombs, getting like brain injuries. And you're in another platoon, heavy weapons platoon,
Yeah.
cooking barbecues,
Yeah.
getting brain injuries.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we would have shared like a similar building, and we've always been pretty close.
Yeah.
Because the mortar guys and the DFSW guys had like a similar level of like retardation.
I was going to say depravity, but yeah.
Yeah.
Retardation.
Same.
Yeah.
That word's coming back, by the way.
Like we'd punch on at the boozer.
Yeah.
Like we'd
But our common enemy was like pioneers.
fucking dogs,
Or
man.
SIGs. Do you remember the time they came with the chainsaw?
100%.
Wow, what happened?
So the great war of pioneer platoon.
Pioneers, by the way, is like an engineer. They're like a
they're
small
not.
version.
Thank you.
They're like a retard version of engineers.
Yeah.
Yep. LD engineers.
I worked at Aldi for a little bit. So it was-
What do you mean, you people?
I got out of the army and went fucking straight to Aldi.
Did you go to Army Aldi?
I went army back to Coca-Cola, which is what I was doing 7 years prior, because
Yeah.
I couldn't get a job anywhere.
Really?
Despite what they told me at recruitment, you get a job anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't get a job, went back to Coke, and then when I went to uni, I went to Aldi.
And then you went to paramedics.
Then I went to non-emergency ambulance, and then I went to paramedics.
That was all to support you through uni, though.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. So it wasn't like
Career
things
choice.
to look it up.
Scanning.
I'm working the line at factory. Yeah. You weren't like, 100%. So pioneers. Now I will say that Mortar Platoon did start this battle because we took their sign. They were very happy about this wooden sign. It said Pioneer Platoon.
They'd made it. It was like
They'd constructed it like men.
Yeah.
And we took it out to the mortar impact area and put it into the fucking ground and dropped about 50 bombs on it. Recorded it and then sent them a tape, like a cassette, like a VHS going, you put it in and it's like, ha ha ha. Because we were bored.
There
That was
wasn't-
completely it, right? So then we sent it to them and they're like, fucking,
We're
that's
on
like
here.
one way to start a war, right? And then they stole our flag at some stage for a bit. It went on for like a few months.
Yeah, and it just kept ramping up. And that day where they put the chainsaw
fateful
out,
day.
that was like it started off with like small punch-ons and like there was just it kind of just kept it was like tensions were building.
Tit for tat.
and-
It was like,
and
it was
we
like
were actually-
Gaza, Israel.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah.
They
Let-
turned off our
In
water.
Townsville.
Small,
They didn't allow us
small
children to go to
scale,
school.
but
Like
yeah.
it was crazy.
We as DFSW, it was literally mortars here, pioneers here, and DFSW.
You were in the
here.
middle.
Yeah, and we just sat there watching it all unfold.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the best day.
And we were sitting around the cages one day, which is where we all hang out. It's called the cages. It's like the barracks because you have cages for your equipment. And like, this might be a bit dramatic, but we're like, what's going on here? And the pioneers are on a bobcat. And they are like, there's like heaps of men on this one bobcat going, we're gonna get him, like, and they're like coming towards. This is just a work day. This is just a standard work day.
On Wednesday afternoon.
A standard work day working for the government, and we're just there, and they're like coming over. Like you could have just had like the Ride of the Valkyrie, like do 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 do. That's what plays in my head, and we're like not having it. So we just come out and we meet them. It's like that scene from like the Battle of Five Armies. You know what I mean? When the when the dwarves jump over the dwarves jump over the elves.
Great, great scene.
We're grown men fighting on top of a bobcat. Dangerous as fuck.
Sounds awesome.
The bobcat's still moving. The bobcat's still moving.
No one's had any drink. No one's had anything. No alcohol has been consumed at this
It's
point.
about 9:45 in the morning. Yeah.
We've just done PT and had showers.
I was exhausted. People are punching other men off a bobcat. Like someone's done a Wilhelm scream, like, ah! Like, and they've come over just with a chainsaw. This whole frontal attack with the bobcat is like a diversionary tactic.
Well, didn't they try to get the bobcat underneath the sign at one stage and pull it up?
tried to dig it,
and
yeah.
they couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
And then just
So it's come and sawed it. Then.
he came in. He came in like the orc of Two Towers with the bloody
Uruk-hai.
Yeah, the Uruk-hai with the
And where he was just like,
with the torch.
Allah Akbar. Yeah.
And he's got like a helmet on because safety first, of course.
No, I'd hate to work at the OHS department of Isengard. Yeah. Hey guys, make sure you wear a helmet while you're at it. Put a hand on it.
Isn't it going to rain? Yeah, we haven't got any cold weather gear. Don't worry about that.
I'll be over in a day. So these guys were fighting on the bobcat. It's a big distraction, and then the guys just saw our sign in half. Look, I've reflected. We dropped 50 HE rounds on their sign, blew it up. They cut ours in half. That's fair. Fair's fair.
I'll be the bigger
Like
man.
I said, it's Gaza, right? So anyway, the people in charge of all of us are like, what the fuck's going on over there? Like, this is a functioning military base. We're in a lot of heat with the media.
This has gone on
at
for
all
like an
times.
hour too. No one stopped it.
It's a battle.
It was a battle.
Yeah. People always, in the unit, they're like, have you heard about Samushon and the Battle of World War I? And we're like, I fucking fought some cunt on a bobcat. I was there.
I was there.
I was fucking there,
You don't
mate.
even know.
And
That's another claim.
then the guys at the HQ, the company HQ are like, you guys there to sort this shit out? This is fucking over, right? And we had to Pioneer Platoon and Mortar Platoon met on the parade ground facing each other. We got black eyes and ripped clothes and shit. And the two officers from each one met in the middle. One of them gave the flag back. And we said, we will pay for you to get a new sign. And the Pioneers said, we will build you a new sign. It was this really good peace agreement.
Beautiful.
We shook hands and we never fought ever again.
It sounds very like Napoleonic era, just everyone there, the two like leaders meeting in the middle.
I don't know what Israel and Palestine
Anyway,
is probably.
that's what they need.
Look,
I'm going to go over there like I can't
Cut their signs in half.
How about you just fucking replace their sign?
Hear me out.
Put up a sign that says Palestine. You put up a sign that says Israel. We'll just call it even. I don't know why, because after all of that too, we decided as heavy weapons, we kind of wanted to get in on it. We were.
Where were you?
Switzerland.
You would have fucking been on our side, right?
We didn't. We went out to the range and we shot up your little.
Little. I don't even know what you're about to say.
You
Not
were running
little.
interference to try and get it back going.
It was a little hut that you guys would sit in while you were doing your lines and HE and all that.
You shoot that shit up?
Oh, it was riddled with 50 cal and like 84s. And then we set the range on fire and had to leave. And we like drove for like 2 more hours. And then because we had.
First I'm hearing of this, I'm upset.
Oh yeah, we had like the incendiary rounds, and we had so many so much ammunition that we were just like unhooking, and people were trying to spell their name. I remember Tunnicliffe was trying to like spell his name with the incendiary rounds.
Trying to spell your name with a 50 caliber machine gun. The hardest part about that is getting infantry guys to spell.
Two syllables.
We realised that we were there to expend all the ammunition, the year's ammunition, because it was going to come to the new financial year.
We were literally just talking about this on the last podcast with 2 civilian guys. I'm like, we waste all the ammo.
Yeah.
They're like, why? I'm like, because we won't get any more next year.
That would be so fun though.
It was.
That
Yeah,
day.
it was. Yeah.
Except for cleaning all the gear.
Yeah. After I remember doing the 84s, and you're only
84 is like a 84 millimeter. What is it? It's like a
rocket.
Call it a rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Can't.
sounds fun.
hands down the best thing to shoot.
Yeah,
right?
it is a lot of fun. But you're only allowed to shoot a certain amount of rounds. I think it was like, I can't even remember, like six Illum rounds and then maybe a couple of HE rounds. And we were doing night shoots. And so, but we had so much ammunition. I think I did like 15. I think Bezo did like 20 Illum. We're doing HE in between all that. And our hearing pro is just the little things you stick in your ears. It's not the proper.
Well, now the guys in the military, because I talk to the mortar guys and the heavy weapon guys, and they're like legally we're allowed to shoot like, it's like not many. It's in single figures because of the damage it does to your brain. After I've just told a story, I'm like, yeah, so we were fighting on a bomb camp. And then I was like, it's some hilariously small number because I always ask the mortar guys, and I'm like, man, we used to do that in fucking 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And then keep going for a couple of hours. I remember we shot emergency rate mortars, which is 20 in a minute, we had blood noses.
That's why you're always dribbling.
That's why I'm a comedian. Yeah. Like it's good. Army, I was leading into this before we just reminisced.
That was nice.
Is you go to the army, right? You go overseas to Timor, you go to Afghanistan, right? And then you go, your time in the army's up, and you're like, do you know what? I don't think I've had enough trauma.
Yeah.
I might go back to university
Which was traumatic in itself. I fucking hated that, man. That was so. I
don't mind Afghanistan.
Yeah,
but uni,
mate. I always make the joke. I would rather go back to Afghanistan than ride a bicycle. I fucking get on a bicycle. It's not like riding a bicycle. I'm like, fucking.
I can't imagine
terrifying.
you riding a bicycle either.
It's terrifying. Yeah, it's awful. It was about 2009. I think I decided to go to paramedicine. So after Timor, before Afghan, I had done the combat CFA course.
I did it too.
Yeah.
It's great. It was one of the best things I did in the army.
Yeah,
loved it.
It was sick.
And you get to see all the injuries.
The CFA course is a combat first aid course where you get to learn how to do like a little bit more stuff.
You're like kind of the first person on the scene, and then the medics come and fix it, right?
Yeah.
So it's very sort of triage based.
Well, I mean, technically, if you remember, it's self-aid, buddy aid, first aid.
You got so much pride out of that. You're a fucking nerd.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm a college graduate. Of course I'm a nerd. No, I wasn't. I was never a nerd. I didn't finish school. Shock horror. That's why I joined the infantry.
Totally.
But I did that course, and I was just that dickhead that was like, what does it mean when you do this? I'm like asking more questions.
As in you were motivated.
Yeah,
what a loser.
I was that
dickhead. Guy sucks.
You're the guy
the
that wanted to
mature age student asking questions.
No, I wasn't. I was still. This was like when I was in the army. So I'm like, I was just like, but when you get shot, what about this?
Yeah, that's what a loser wanting to like
better yourself.
Apply yourself. Yeah.
Boo. But I was like fascinated. That was the moment I was like, man, I either wanted to do paramedicine, nursing, or midwifery.
Never thought about staying in the army to do medics?
Nah. After it was, you can't, the mustache can't protrude from the corners of your mouth. I wanted to be it again. I wanted to go home. I wanted to meet someone, and I wasn't meeting anyone in the army. I was meeting a lot of people in the army, actually.
Yeah.
And that was a problem.
Totally.
Meeting a lot of girls in the army, mostly at the Mad Cow, which is a favourite of ours.
Shout out the Mad Cow.
Shout out Mad Cow.
Yeah. Hot tip if anyone's listening to this first, myself and the Mad Cow are in talks about doing my comedy special live at the Mad Cow.
Oh, there.
Fucking how good's that going to be?
Where is it? When is it?
I don't know when it is, but I'm just going to get the STDs first.
That is the first thing you should get.
Yeah. So like, obviously you've had a pretty good army career.
Yeah, I had an okay. Yeah.
As far as that, as far as don't do that army thing where everyone's like, oh no, other people did this and others did that. You had a good.
I had a good. I got retasked into OGA, which was
What's that mean?
It means other governmental agencies. So when I was over there, we were basically major league babysitters. There's like people have like shirt slogans and they're all fucking bored up, and one of ours was like the Major League Baseball like that thing, but it was a instead of someone kicking in a door with a baby was the white silhouette. Just because anytime we'd get shot at or anytime something would happen, we'd have to like gather up these do-gooders and get him in the car and go. So, but it was, I always said that I'd go over there and empty bins. So I had a good run. I went Timor 07 and Afghan. Funnily enough, I always forget what year, maybe 2012. But yeah, I had a good run, I think.
But then why keep going? There's this fascinating thing where like people who have this career in the military will often go like, it's not enough, I want to keep serving. They go into cops, they go into firefighters, they go into something else.
Yeah, I guess so. I think maybe when I was younger, I was a bit of a naughty kid. I wasn't real naughty, like I wasn't real bad, but one of the things that got me into the army was that I wanted to do something that I felt would make my family or my parents proud. And then when I finished that, it wasn't about thrill seeking or anything like that. It was just I thought that would be, especially with the CFA course and being fascinated. I was just like, wow, that's like incredible what the body will do just to protect itself. And you can pump a bunch of poisons into yourself, and you can do drugs and alcohol, and you can smoke, or you can go out on a footy field and take a hit, and that's the end of you. Like, it's just there's this incredible, the body's so fascinating to me, and that's probably why I got into it more than, it wasn't really about, I mean, it was definitely at the start, it was like, I could be a nurse, or I could be a midwifery, but to be the first one on the ground to like try to fix the problem was more interesting than having someone brought to me and having the problem kind of explained to me.
Do you feel like the army career like didn't give you enough? Like you obviously mentioned you want to make your parents proud. I think that's like certainly a thing, and that's like definitely I've experienced that in my life, and I've always wanted to strive and have more. Do you think like what you did in the army like didn't hit that?
Yeah, probably. I think probably because the OJA part. I probably didn't get what I was.
You had this thing, right? You had the trip, but it wasn't the trip you wanted.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
So there's this thing that happens where is you romanticize.
Yeah,
Probably like you want to go on a trip. You're going to do X, Y, and Z. And then this means you're that.
yeah.
And when it doesn't happen, it leaves you feeling pretty empty. Mm-hmm. True?
Yeah, I think that's true of a lot of things, and even now, like I hear my colleagues, they're like, they're these jobs are shit and this is shit, and they're wanting to go to MICA and they wanting to do more because they think that doing MICA and being part of the intensive care team will give them better jobs, and it will I guess satiate that desire that they're looking for. But my response to that, and it took me a long time to work it out, is that in reality, it's just because you become competent at your job that you actually have to be satisfied in that you don't need to go like, I need more, I just need to strive for more. You're actually now proficient at your job, and that's why these jobs don't seem as exciting. Even the Shaka guy, my partner who's been in a bit younger, she's been in a bit less, she was jazzed to get to it. She was like, she was driving like it was Code 1.
And to you, you're like, it's just another finger.
Another 2 fingers. What's 2 fingers between friends?
Can I ask, like, so with all the stuff that you've done, and it's a lot of stuff, what do you think has made your parents most proud?
That's a good question. I don't know.
What would you want them to say?
I'd want them to say that it isn't what I've done, but who I am, I guess. That despite everything that I've done, I'm generally, I mean, I had a pretty dark period a couple of years ago, but between that, I've always maintained a pretty positive outlook, and I've been pretty happy, pretty jovial. Christmas time, I come in my Christmas suits. Even when we didn't have like nephews or anything, I'd buy these suits for Christmas. It actually all started in Afghanistan when I got matching jumpers with someone.
I've seen those pictures.
Ever since then, every year I dress up. If I'm at home for Christmas, I'll be dressed up in some new outfit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I would want them to say, that it's more about who I am than what I do. And what I do doesn't matter, but what I am matters.
But you're like a lot like me in the fact that like I do this shit all the time, is that I go, I'll make everyone else happy.
Yeah.
I'll cheer everyone else up. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. That's me through and through.
Yeah, my sisters, I think, sometimes misinterpret it that I want the attention, but it's more about like keeping the energy up.
You're the bobcat.
Yeah, I'm the bobcat, and just everyone pile on.
Yeah. You're the bobcat, and your emotions are the chainsaw. Right?
It's also that element of hiding in plain sight as well. Like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
both of you, this is a really strong thing. It's like that idea of like, if I put the attention on absolutely everyone else and I'm always the clown, literally, and like at Christmas and stuff like that, it's like, then people don't actually see me.
It's
Yeah.
hard though because I can't stop.
Sometimes I tell myself, like, you don't actually have to say anything, but I'm saying it.
I can't stop working.
Yeah,
I can't stop doing
well,
anything.
no,
I didn't have to do this.
Yeah,
Did you know what I mean?
I'm glad you did. It's a great space.
Thank you. But like I'm finding out it's a status in my life where, like the money's good and the fucking self-esteem's great.
Yeah.
From the outside. But I don't need to like keep feeding it. But
No.
when I stop, it's hard.
Yeah, and I think that's probably true of a lot of army guys when they get out with no direction. And then it's not about what they did or what happened there overseas, or if they didn't go overseas. It's about getting out and stopping, and then having no sense of direction, no purpose, no goal, and you list lazily. And I always try to say that to new paramedics: do not make this job your whole life, because when you stop, nobody gives a fuck. You are. Might have to edit that one out, but that's my number. Like, I am just another number. I'm just a bum in a seat. And the best thing I can do is just go and tell jokes and have fun. There was a time there that I was just burning out because I was doing too much overtime. But I remember being new, and it was right in the height of COVID. It was horrible. And they would put you with what were called surge workers. So you might get I worked with a boilermaker from the Navy.
Cool.
I worked with a banker who was a volunteer with the SES. I worked with
Who are these people? Just volunteers?
Why are
they're
they
just volunteers,
just helping out?
So this was during COVID, the height of COVID. So many people were going off sick and not coming into work that they brought in random people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Into the medical field?
Yeah, and so I had just graduated, and their job was to get me things and drive, but they couldn't drive Code 1. So
What's Code 1?
Code 1 is lights and sirens.
Yep.
So if a
Good trauma.
Shuckers.
Man,
Code 1.
mate, it was
New merch line.
It was awful.
Imagine being shuckers though, and then a banker rocks up to help you as well.
Yeah, mate. Fucking 40%
I don't
off.
want a home loan. I want my fingers back.
While you're here, though, I do want to discuss my home loans.
Talk about
Interest rates are low. They're never going up.
It was because he worked with the SES. So basically, he could do CPR, he could drive Code 2 and 3, but yeah, on any job, they couldn't help you. And it was the hardest time in ambulance. And I was so new that now that I'm more experienced and I have these newer people go like, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to work by myself, can someone come in? I was like coming in, until I just burnt myself out. And I did a lot of rough jobs towards the end.
Describe a rough job.
It was a job in it was around the end of 2024, maybe around sort of like October. I did like a bunch of rough jobs. One was I got called to a woman. I actually heard this. I had a patient in the back. My partner's in the back seat treating that patient. And I heard a job go off at Diamond Creek Station for a woman who was in imminent birth. And I was at Diamond Creek Station, like crossing the tracks. And I had gone to a similar job once that I knocked back, and I thought and I was brand new at the time, and so this was like my redemption story. I was like, I've got to go to help this woman. I get there, the train's like, everyone's got off the train. I walk in, there's this junkie on the train, and she's just yelling at me to help her, and she wouldn't answer any of my questions. She wouldn't tell me how far along she was. She didn't tell me where she was booked in. She didn't look pregnant. It turns out eventually I got out of her that she had gone to the hospital earlier and taken the medical abortion tablet, and that's what she was experiencing. But then she passed the fetus and then was just pissing all over the floor. And I'm by myself. I didn't even have a monitor. All I had was a little green bag. And the other crew rocked up, and I remember just scooping up what I thought was a fetus, and she's just yelling at me the whole time. And that day I got approached as well about my beard, because you're not allowed a beard anymore in the ambulance service because they say it interferes with the mask. Tested the other day, passed 100%. But it was like that, and then like followed by this woman who was dead. I found her dead for like, she must have been there for well over a week, decomposing. And then I remember I had to roll her over for the police, and I still remember her face. And then I remember it was my birthday a couple of days later, and I was coming off a night shift onto my birthday, and I woke up, had this horrible nightmare, and then was just too scared to go back to sleep. And so I just got up and started drinking, and that was how I sort of spent my birthday. Those are bad jobs.
That's
bad
that
traumas.
is- that's a bad job.
Those are bad traumas. Those,
How do
and then
you,
there was like,
like-
there was a heap of other bad jobs in between it, but those were like the two worst. In a short, it was like a 6 month span.
And then, like, obviously that's really rough. You've just described in like 2.5 minutes probably any normal person's worst day of their life.
Yeah.
And for you, that's just in a spectrum of good job to bad job.
Yeah. It was those jobs. There was a couple more. There was a suicide, and it was just all in a short amount of time.
You have no control of what order these come in.
No,
And-
I just got unlucky bounces.
How do you regulate that?
I didn't at the time.
Clearly,
I
obviously,
thought-
day drinking
yeah,
isn't the right answer. By the way, I've done tons of day drinking. Especially sad. Fuck, it's good. People
Beautiful.
knock it.
Don't recommend. I mean,
People are like, it's bottom of the barrel, you shouldn't do it.
You need it every now and then.
I've gotten through some stuff.
recommend it. Don't recommend it.
But like, can you then? Now you've done it, you can look back and you're like, this is bad.
So
in the moment, you're like, I got to keep going.
Yeah.
How does it work?
It was like heroin. I couldn't not go to work, and my bosses kept saying, "You need some time off," and I was like, "I can't not go to work. If I don't go to work, I'm going to keep drinking, and I don't want to do that. So I have to come to work to have a reason to get up, to have it." And so, but then that was just compounding the issue. So I was just kind of chasing that. Not even chasing. I wasn't chasing anything. I was just trying to
You were
distract
running.
myself. Yeah, and
But you weren't running, you weren't chasing, you were running away, right?
yeah, and I was doing everything else right. I was on my days off. I was psychologist, psychiatrist. I tried medications. I tried naturopath. Do you know what kinesiology is?
No.
Well, I
Do you?
fucking do.
What is kinesiology?
It's like where they get. It's all about like chakras and auras, and she was dinging bowls around my head. And
Yeah.
to be fair, I don't like get right into that, but I had never been in such a relaxed state in a time of like distress. I was just, she zonked me.
You want to make that better? 6 beers beforehand. 9 o'clock in the morning.
Hungy.
Get loaded.
How
Get some chakras.
how do you recover from being in, like, because as like Jared said, so that's some people's worst ever day, and you're getting that repeatedly, you're doing all this stuff. How do you recover from all of that?
I mean, for each person, it's different. I tried all those things, and I didn't really think I was getting anywhere with them. Sometimes I was having these deep revelations where I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then, and so you'd have good sessions, but ultimately I think it was just time. I got some good advice from Brendan Smits.
Yeah.
When everything went real south, him and a lot of guys, Lee Beasley and Jake Vienza, Jace Randall, they were all great guys. They all came to look after me. But Brendan Smits basically said that grief is so personal, and for you to attach yourself to that is almost selfish. And I thought that's so true. Like that's their grief. I'm there to perform a service, and no matter how the service goes, that's the job. And so you just have to be like that was I did that, and I did that well. Or I could have done that better, but the grief for them, that is their worst day. That's their personal thing, and you can't attach yourself to that. And that really rang true at the time.
It's interesting how men will like look out for each other and do things, because it's more of like a secretive thing, because I hope you don't mind me saying this, but like on Anzac Day this year, like I would see you once a year, sometimes once every second year. We're great mates.
Yeah.
But we're like, we don't.
Yeah.
And that's like what a lot of men do. And I knew you were going to be there on Anzac Day, and I reckon 3 or 4 guys had like kind of backbeat me a little bit on you.
Oh yeah. I don't mind that. That's fine.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Right? They go, I remember like, especially Rando, He's like, hey man, just so you know.
Tough run.
I'm like, tough run. And I'm like, cool, thanks for letting me know. So
Absolutely.
I don't go, how's the fucking wife going?
Yeah.
And,
I've done that before
I know.
where I didn't know. And I was like, how's your wife?
and it's such an interesting way that we do it, where we're like, FYI, like I think men are really good at that, to be like, hey, don't step on your toes here. But when I immediately just felt guilty, because I was like, I wish I'd knew.
And I got a lot of people say that. A lot of people were like, man, why didn't you say anything? And I was like, what do I do? Call you and say, hey,
Oi.
I've had this happen and that happen. And I just, I actually told people to tell people, because I don't want to call people up and tell people, but I don't care who knows. Like,
And that's the whole thing. I think a lot of men will always be there for each other and for all of their mates, but will be the last ones to actually ask for help from their friends.
and that's
don't
what
want to
people-
burden them.
Yeah, and people were saying like, should I come down? Can I do this for you? And I said, honestly, a lot of things were played into my sort of mental health crisis at the time. And one of them was worrying about all my friends and my family. I worried about everybody, and made up all these things in my head that were happening or weren't happening. And I kept saying, they're like, I'm worried about you. I'm like, I don't want you to be worried. Worrying about me was part of the reason that got me into this. I don't want you to worry about me. You don't need to come down. Come down if you want. I'm okay. I wasn't okay, but like,
Yeah. But you're okay.
But I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
But I think like the trouble that we always find into, so like I think I'm at like 13. Do you know what's crazy is I've lost count of how many people have committed suicide?
No, I have no idea. No idea.
We should know that.
Yeah.
That's a number you should know.
Yeah. There was a time one of the guys said that he knew if he was getting a call after 10 p.m., it was someone that killed themselves. Which is why I left my phone on. No matter if I came off night shift or anything. And my psychologist was like, why do you do that? And I was like, what if someone is going to kill themselves? And they're like, she was trying to give me insight on I don't need to be there for everyone. But she's like, oh, what, you think you're going to save them?
You?
I was like, I guess not.
Do you know what's crazy? Is I started doing this wacky thing in comedy, and then it wasn't until COVID where I was like, I'll try this online content or whatever. And I was like pushing at it for a while, like nothing was happening. And the first video after like 6 or 7 months that kind of really went viral is I went to sleep that night. I woke up in the morning and nearly 1 million people had watched it. And my phone was full of notifications. And I had a fucking panic attack because I was like, someone's died.
Yeah, I would have hated that. Yeah.
And it was all just people being like, I just saw your video. And I'm like, you fuck. Well, don't message me, you dickhead. Call me like a... I don't know what to
Actually,
expect.
don't call me either.
But I went, oh, cool, another day. And I was like... and I went, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And like, it was this weird thing where it was like, I guess like my asshole just tightened for...
Yeah.
Like, because I was ready for that.
Yeah.
Because that's the only time anyone reaches it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's still happening. It's happened recently, and but there was a time where it was happening.
It was like kind of, I'm going to say sort of like 2015 through to 2019 where it was thick.
Yeah. We were in the
Couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I went to someone's funeral and they're like, and someone just made a ripper joke and they're like, oh, I fucking see it the next one, eh? And I was like, that's a good gag.
Which is an and that's, I think, that's how you get through them, and that's how you deal. That's how you deal with things.
Yeah.
There's that dark humor. I think you gotta. It's a fine line, though, isn't it? It's a balancing of like.
It's a fine line. It is.
Yeah.
Because it's a defense mechanism, right?
Yeah, and I use it all the time. What I didn't realize is that I wasn't doing the other part of acknowledging it.
Working on it.
Yeah,
Like the
I
work.
wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I was doing the work. I was going to psychology and that, but I was like, oh, but yeah, feeling pretty good.
Yeah, but do you know what? I know we've all been in therapy here. Do you know what's really easy to do when you're funny? Crush therapy.
I am.
You walk, dude. You can walk in there, sit down, and get heaps of laughs. Right? I'm like a stand-up comedian. I'm paying to go to therapy just to murder. I'm like, this is the best gig I've ever done.
It's new material. That's where I work out all my new material.
I'm spending heaps of money. I'm not making any.
I claim it on tax.
The best bit is she's writing it all down for me. I remember
She's running those bits to her mates.
I remember the first time she said to me, do you think you have a problem with alcohol? I said, nah, for it to be a problem, you've got to be pretty bad at it, and I'm pretty good at it. And then I was like slapping my knee, laughing. And
Finger
smoking
guns.
And she was just like, no laughs. I was like, what's going on?
Tough crowd.
So it's actually, I've been staying there for like 2 years. She is now laughing. And every time she laughs, I was like, ooh. Gotcha. Yeah, I love it now. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
You've won her over.
Yeah, it took a long time though. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
she's like, I started laughing when I stopped worrying about you. I just stopped going to. I was going to like some of the military ones. You know how they give it to you for free. Until I fucking went and got semi-fucking niche famous because I'm sitting in the waiting room and some guy's like, "Do you mind if I get a photo with you?" I'm like, "Not here, bro." Like, but also, how you doing?
That'd be. What do you say? No, bro, I'm about to go talk about my feelings.
Yeah.
and he's going,
You know
in
what I
like,
should have said?
Jared just said
I'm
no
like,
to me.
get one now. Might be your last chance. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to end this.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's so
totally,
good.
dude.
Yeah,
It's funny because like therapy's good, but it's only as good as you put in.
Yeah,
And sometimes I go just to tread water
Yeah,
and to play with those little things they give you.
I don't get those.
Well, what are these? I don't get them either.
So I go to one that I think is for kids.
That's what it sounds like. Are you talking about that water
G.I.
game?
Joe's?
No, they have like
Whoa.
little like a fidget stuff, right? So they're like, I'm like, woo, woo, woo. And they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing actually, I'm just here for this. Thanks for the happy meal.
I'm doing that too, but I haven't got anything in my hands. I'm just like, woo, woo, woo.
It's wild. How many, like, obviously you've been in the military first. So you're like, life's cooked. It's always going to be cooked. Let's go get some trauma.
Yeah, let's get real. Yeah.
How many people in the paramedics are like just getting it from there? And do they get help, or is it just, is it toxic and fucked?
No, it's not. It's not toxic and fucked, but I'd say, yeah, a lot of people are in therapy. A lot of people struggle. Struggle's not the right word, but yeah, some people, yeah, I know a lot of people that have been in and now can't come back because of jobs that they've done. But it's certainly not this toxic thing of like, oh, we couldn't fucking.
It's not like the cops.
Nah, it's like go get help. Our old boss, the boss that I had when I started, he used to call it a checkup from the neck up, and so
New merch line.
yeah. Should we open a charity? Shout out to Tony Walker. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in therapy, but at my branch especially, I've got such a good team. I got a great team. I love my team. They all know what I've gone through, and I know what they go through, and we talk, and when people are struggling and they need help, like they'll reach out, and so you rely, I guess, on the people that are in the job too, because essentially, same as the military. You know, I can't go into, you can't go home to your wife or your husband or whoever who's not in the job and be like, mate, I went to this hoarder house today. She'd been dead for like 2 weeks, and if you're in the job, I already know the smell. I can smell it. I can picture the shuffling of your feet just to try and clear a path to get to the person. Like, you don't have to tell me that, but no one else would understand it. Like, nobody else understood Tully. I love Tully.
Tully is the jungle training area that you just got to, like, you can't really explain it.
No.
You can tell people, you're like, it's wet and it's full
And
of...
it's muddy and it's thick and it's mosquitoes.
But it doesn't
just
have
doesn't-
anything to do. You got to spend
Time.
weeks there to really just go, like, if once you've done it, you just go, I don't even want to fucking go. You loved it?
No.
gonna say.
Jesus Christ. I'm a nerd. I don't like it.
I was going to say, yeah. You would have hated that.
He's there practicing his acronyms.
But it must ruin like your diet, because like I hear this from a lot of first responders, right? So cops are all weird, but like they'll be like, hey, we just went into this like horrific thing, and then like we got real hungry, like halfway through, like
Yeah, I've done some stinky jobs and gross jobs, and then I'll make sure I wash my hands. I had gloves on, wash my hands.
smash up grilled.
Yeah. My diet's not too bad. Like I meal prep, and so I make all my own food and take it all to work. And like I could count on both hands the amount of times in nearly 7 years I've bought out.
Yeah.
Like I don't buy out that much. A lot of people at my branch don't buy out either. Like I'll come back and we'll have a meal, and but yeah, it's weird. And sometimes you'll mention it. You'll be like, remember like when that patient just shit all through the ambulance and like we were just cleaning it up and now we're just eating lunch? Like, yeah, I remember that. There's not much that puts me off my food. It's like, yeah. But I think it's the shift work that throws your meals out. Like if you're on a night shift, like when do you eat? Not who do you eat? Don't do that. That's just within the know.
I just shut in the ambulance.
It's just about like
Satés.
Satay chicken. It's just about when you get the chance to eat that kind of messes you up.
What's going to throw you off food then? Because you just described shitting into somewhere, like stinky jobs, all the rest of it. What's something that's really going to rock your world, rock your diet?
I don't like. I once went to this bloke in the Navy. He was ex-Navy, big guy.
I thought you said you didn't find anything in bums.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
No, he had vertigo. So I walk into his house and the first thing I notice is his carpets. He's opted for this beautiful like night sky on his carpet. Like it's like stars all over the ground. He's like black carpet with like stars.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's not the pattern I would
Like
go
with
for.
the race cars?
Yeah, but I get in there and we're treating him and he's a big lad and I start to go look for his medications and I turn on the carpet and I see all the stars move and I was like, oh, it's just dead skin. All the little flecks, it's all just dead skin. And I was like, and he had to take his shirt off and push. It's just
Like
Human
dead
dandruff.
skin, yeah, it's just all over him.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that made me. Yeah, I
Like a
remember
dried fish.
Yeah,
Like Benito.
There's been a couple of jobs where like overdoses and things like that, where there'll be like dry reaching. I remember when I was a green student, and she'd OD'd on GHB, and she was just like, ugh. And I remember as a green student, I was like, and after that, I said to myself, remember where you are. Remember who you are. And after that, I pretty much never gagged again. So thank you to Mufasa.
Because when someone overloads on G, there's a lot of vomit too.
It's all secretions.
It's quite appreciation for you telling like a crazy like medical story, and then you just like go into a Disney character.
He's a big Disney fan. He said it. Yeah, he's throwing it in there.
Not a big one. He didn't like the remake.
I didn't like. Well, the live actions aren't hitting where they should hit.
No, we all know that.
Yeah, good. Okay. No other reason.
Sweet. You're off work now.
Yeah, for like another week and a half.
They give you time off to you sort of called it sort of a decompress.
Yeah, I mean they don't call it that, but I
do they
think
call
that's
it?
what it leave. Just annual leave. Annual leave. You're supposed to do I think no more than 5 months back to back, and so sometimes you'll do 3, sometimes you'll do 4, sometimes you do 5, and then you get like mandatory. You have to take time off, and so but in there you have to have 2 weeks off in a run, and then you can do overtime. So I did an overtime shift the other day, but it's essentially, I think, just to make you, it's forced rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which you absolutely need, because every time when you come in to leave, mate, you know when someone's coming to leave because they're just surly to their patients.
Yeah, totally.
And that's how I got my last complaint, because I was coming to the end of my leave.
You're like, give me a break, motherfucker. I'm nearly out of here.
Yeah.
I think paramedics are probably one of the best people in the world, right? Like when I look at first responders in general, I just live my life. I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I write jokes for about 30 minutes and I go, good on you, Jared, you've had a good day. And then I do a little bit of emails and I go live this pretty glamorous life, to be honest. I travel around and people enjoy me.
Love that.
I feel very guilty.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have to ever in my life go to anyone's house, break down the door and just find a dead body or have that moment with somebody before they die.
That moment with someone before they die is often very like humbling to like be there for that person at their end. is nice. And they're dying, and there's nothing you can do, and all you can do is hold their hand and talk to them, and then they just go, which is rare because usually it's a lot more chaotic than that. But those moments are rare, but they're nice. Those bad jobs that I talked about, they happen. But I think that I'm also, like I walk around in uniform. If I'm going to get lunch, people try and buy me a coffee, and through COVID they gave us all free coffees, and people, it's not like the cops. People don't like the cops.
People don't like the cops.
Fuck, mate, they give it to them. No one's out there filming me, trying to trip me up and make me say or do something I shouldn't do. Like, people are genuinely, unless you're on drugs or alcohol, people are genuinely happy to see me. And I think that with my demeanour, even those people that are on drugs and alcohol,
they're like, this guy is too.
yeah, because I just that's all I do. I just go make jokes. I actually tell people all the time, oh, I'm so sorry, you've called the fun ambulance. You may die, but you'll be having fun doing it.
You'll go down laughing.
I went to a guy the other day. He was drunk off his ass. His uncle's there. His uncle's just no help, and he's sitting there dry reaching, and he's lying there. I'm like, oh, what's your name? He's like, Sam, and I was like, oh, Sam, you sound like a little Tyrannosaurus Rex. I was like, come here, you little dinosaur, and I chucked him up on the bed, and I'm just pissing myself laughing.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Like, it's not, for me, it's about surviving the shift, and I'll survive the shift by just not making jokes at the patient's expense, but just making jokes.
You know what infuriates me though is that you guys constantly have to write signs on your vehicles. You have to go on strike. You have to do all these things just to sort of beg people to give you a fucking fractional pay rise.
Yeah.
Because, I'm the biggest fan of capitalism here, don't get me wrong, but I get to work a job, and then if people want it, they pay me for what I'm valued for, right? It's very easy to measure. What you guys do is immeasurable and important, and yet you got to scrimp and fucking beg.
Got to get that
the
posture
powers to be
Yeah.
to have anything.
The latest pay rise I think we got was just to match inflation. It wasn't actually a pay rise. So I think it was 4% over X amount of years, but that's just matching inflation.
So you just fought for hey, just give us what we
essentially
deserve.
Our main argument in the last one was to try and finish on time, because a lot of time you'll do an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, which is fine here or there. And if it's a sick patient, you'll do it every day. I don't know a paramedic that will begrudge going to an arrest, or someone who was severely short of breath or really in trouble and really needed you. But most of the time, the overtime that you're doing is not that. And so what we were asking for really was a review of the dispatch grid and how they dispatch and how they code things. I went to a guy 4 o'clock in the morning, 28 years old, chest pain, code 1. So they're racing out there in case his heart's in distress. I get there and he's up around walking around, and I said, so what's the problem? He's like, I just got tackled earlier tonight and I've got this pain in my shoulder. And I said, okay. And it hurts when you move your shoulder. He's like, yeah, it hurt immediately after I got tackled. I said, okay. Did you think about getting an Uber or taking your wife? Take it? And he goes, I thought about it, but then, she told me not to do it. So those jobs at the end of a shift will cause you to do an hour or two overtime just because this guy's got a sore shoulder. And I'm sore, I'm sorry that it's sore, but I said to him, so you want morphine? He goes, no. I said, well, what do you want me to do?
What are we doing here?
What can I do for you?
Why don't you call an ambulance?
Yeah. But the point is that it gets dispatched as a code 1, whereas realistic, because it's shoulder pain comes through as chest pain, code 1. Nose is blocked, can't breathe, code 1. The dispatching, they don't explore it because it's literally someone who's not medically trained.
It's real black and white.
It's completely black and white. They do a great job, but they're pigeonholed into what they can actually say. So they call and, are you bleeding or can you breathe? And if they say that, then the next thing comes down the computer, and the next thing they've got to ask directly off, and it's all recorded. So they have to stick to this script. So this guy says shoulder pain. Could be his chest, could be a heart attack.
I can't breathe, or hay fever.
Yeah.
So you got to literally tell the government, you're like, hey, we need more. We need stuff.
Yeah.
And
that they put in a few things that they've tried to rectify that, but it's made a little bit of a difference, but not.
You know what sucks is that you are all good people, so you won't actually like proper go on strike.
We're
Do
actually
stuff.
not allowed to go on strike. Emergency services like us and nurses, you can't actually. Emergency nurses can't go on strike. So ward nurses can strike. Emergency nurses and paramedics, we can't actually strike. So we don't strike. We ride on our ambulances. That's how we do it. Or we don't fill in billing details so that they don't. It's harder for them to track who they have to send a bill to.
Yeah, you kind of make it like logistically.
Yeah, we make a logistic
Problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, nerds.
Yeah, take that. Got you some admin. You fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's pretty much there. That's all we can do. So
Yeah.
but
You should just start dropping people off at Parliament House.
yeah,
Pick them up. You know all these people were like, I can't breathe properly, my shoulder's sore. I got a place for you.
the government will fix that.
Just go, "Woo," put them up the staircase and go, fuck it, off you pop. And they go, what are all these people doing here? You're like, exactly.
yeah. It's look, it's they do sometimes prey on your good nature by like knowing that you won't refuse a job because you can't refuse a job. And then if you try to do something like that, they'll be like, oh, but what if this person needs help? And you're like, I know this person doesn't need help. Like, based on the information that you've given me, it shouldn't be coded as what it is, but they prey on people's good nature.
Do you guys get paid enough for what you do?
Certain branches work harder than other branches. The city does a lot of like scut work. It's
What's scut work?
Bash, alcohol, drugs, bash, drugs, alcohol, bash, and it's like it's just go for them. On the weekends where I am, I'm on like an outer a periphery branch, and so I get
Grandma's had a fall.
no on weekends it's quieter, surprisingly. Not at nights. Nights is where it's always busy no matter where you are. So it's for me. Sometimes I think I don't get paid enough for this. There's no way I get paid enough for this. And then other times I'm like, that was a good day. I didn't do a lot. But I think overall, I don't think so. I think that 20 years ago, what we were getting paid, great. Those figures, 10 years ago would have been great. But now, for the amount that they want us to continue to upskill, continually learn, continually grow, but not pay us.
I just think it's a fucking travesty that you guys do what you need to do, like do what you do, and then I just think that's worth 200 grand a year. And if you're getting paid by the government, so the government is your boss and they can happily waste and blow out billions of dollars on big infrastructure projects and it doesn't really matter, and they can do things like defence. Like how much money have we wasted in defence? Fucking tons.
Shooting all those bullets at the end of the day.
Right? Totally. And I'm like, if you gave a paramedic at a base rate of $200,000 a year, you would attract incredible people to do that job, and that's what society needs at the forefront of all disasters.
Yeah, I think. I think that in my little mental health crisis, that was a large part of it. The government, I was really disenfranchised. Yeah. I was like they're pissing this wall, this money up the wall, and it's just flagrant. It's just so frustrating, and that really burnt me out. Not so much for what I was getting paid, but just for how they were just
Mismanaging?
mismanaging. Thank you. They were just mismanaging funds, and that really burnt.
And when you're in the ground at the coal face and you're like, this particular thing that could be $1,000 would make so much impact, but then I see the people just doing willy-nilly with millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
Yeah. But I had to remind myself, and I still remind myself, that this is the job that I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it because largely the people are nice. They are happy to see you. Every day is different, and that the body is just this fascinating mechanism. And I am fortunate enough that I work with just the best team. Like other branches are good, I got the best branch. So, and that's what I remind myself.
Is there, you spoke about rough days and stuff like that. Is there a moment that you look back on and you're like, fuck yeah, I did good shit today?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually when we were fighting Pioneer Platoon.
And
You're sitting there watching with popcorn.
there
Sounds of it.
actually has not been a day since then where I felt that. No, there's I mean, there's definitely, we call them good ambulance days. I had a good ambulance day today because your crew will come over and take over from you. Like, how's your day? Mate, we had a good ambulance day. There might have been like a broken leg, or there might have been just they're just real jobs where you can really sink your teeth into, and it's a good day. And you actually feel like you make a difference. They're rare. I'd say that like 80% of the work I do doesn't matter, which was a tough pill to swallow. And there's about 20% that's real ambulance work and real. But again, when you call 000, that is your emergency. And so you just have to remember that I'm just there to provide you a service, and I'll just make some jokes and we'll get through it.
You would have saved a ton of lives.
I wouldn't say a ton, no. There have definitely been people, I suppose so.
You keep count or not?
Nah.
Why not?
It's probably a bit egotistical. I don't know anybody that does that.
Yeah, right.
I don't even remember the first one I saved. I've never brought someone back in CPR, like doing CPR in arrest. I've never had someone come back, which is not uncommon.
How many times would you have done that?
CPR?
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Yeah, right.
Which is, again, in 7 years, it's like one a year. It's not often. Some people are shit magnets. Some people it's a big job after big job after big job. But some people, and I'm not the outlier. I'm the common denominator. Like, most people don't attract these big jobs all the time. But yeah, I've saved people, and I think the best thing I can do in my job is that if you are unwell, or you're in my ambulance, is that you have a good time. Is that I'm like the Patch Adams of ambulance. Like, most people don't want to go to hospital. It's a shitty place to go. You're either bored, or you're really sick, or you're not feeling well, whatever the reason. As long as you have a good experience at the end. And most of my patients are very thankful, and that makes the job fulfilling. Not the people that I save, I won't see them again, but the people that are genuinely thankful when I leave. And the guy the other day was like, I want to get a picture with you. Apparently he's a rapper. He's like, I'm going to write a song about you. I'm sick.
Yeah, right.
So like those are the good moments. Those are not the big life-saving moments. They're great. I love them because that's what my job is. But it's just about picking them up, having a laugh, having a joke, and trying to get them to see the good in a shitty situation.
Well, you might not think this, but from Jeremy and from I, and however many people might watch this, I'd just like to say thanks. And thanks for coming down here today.
I appreciate it, mate. I was humbled that you asked me, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you.